Niagara Falls has been on our bucket list for years, but no one told us how loud it is, how wet it gets, or how peaceful it could be. And just beyond the falls, we discovered a small town that helped build a nation. Welcome to Back Roads and Front Porches, where the stories of small-town America come to life. From hometown helpers to those keeping traditions alive, we're exploring the people, places, and moments that make these towns feel like home. So grab a seat on the front porch and a glass of lemonade and join us as we discover America's stories. We'd heard from a local that DiCamillo Bakery was a must-stop, and the moment we walked in, we knew why. The donut case pulled us in, but it was the fresh baked bread being sliced and bagged that sealed the deal. Of course, we left with more donuts than we meant to. 4 to be exact. And yes, we tried them all before we even left the parking lot. No powdered sugar here, just rich, filled jelly and custard.
That was so creamy, flaky, sweet and tasty and yummy good. Are we gonna try every one of these?
Probably. From there, we pointed the truck toward the falls. Driving in from the bakery, we had to stop for a flock of geese crossing the highway. Never seen a group that big. We parked and entered the park on foot. And almost immediately we could hear it, that low, thunderous roar. As we walked closer, the water rushed faster and louder until we stood there, right at the edge, watching it crash over with a force that took our breath away. After watching one of the Maid of the Mist boats pull away from the dock, we knew we couldn't wait any longer. We grabbed our tickets, slipped on those iconic blue ponchos, and headed up to the top deck. As we pulled away from the dock, we passed the American Falls first, mist spraying, wind rising, and that sound, you could feel it in your chest. But nothing prepared us for what came next. The Horseshoe Falls hit with a force that left us speechless.
Only my arm got soaked because the poncho thing flew up. But wow, that was the most amazing thing. I think that is definitely in my top 5. It was, I can't even explain it. When you get in that vortex of all the falls and all the mist and all the wind, and you can't see really, you can't hear really. That was crazy awesome. I loved every second of it. I'm doing it again and again and again if I can.
We took the elevator up to the observation tower. Looking out over the falls from that height, you don't see the power, you feel the scale of it all. To get a lay of the land, we boarded the trolley that loops around the entire park. It's a gentle ride, slow and steady, and a great way to choose your next stop without missing what's around you. We hopped off near Bridal Veil Falls and wandered over the footbridge onto Luna Island. It's small, almost quiet, like a secret sandwiched between thunder. You're standing between the American Falls on one side and Bridal Veil on the other. and for a moment, it feels like the rest of the world falls away. The next day, we crossed over to the Canadian side, determined to see the falls from every angle. We tried the Hornblower, same concept, different vibe. It was amazing, but honestly, we preferred the Maid. Afterward, we crossed the street, and suddenly, it felt like the boardwalk in Wildwood. We rode the Skywheel, and the view, unreal. Both falls at once, framed in mist and sky. Yep, dinosaur adventure golf. We took a photo for our grandson and then looked at each other and said, let's find something more our speed. We followed the canal north and ended up in Lockport, a small town with history, heart, and thankfully, no dinosaurs. First stop, food. Stooges stuffed burgers, big flavors, quirky vibe, and just what we needed. Full and curious, we wandered toward the canal, where we found the Lock Keepers Memorial. It honors the men who worked these waters day and night, guiding boats through one of the most important trade routes in American history. Just beyond it, we watched a tour boat glide through the locks. This system once lifted a nation, and Lockport still feels like the heart of it. Before we left Lockport, we stepped into the Erie Canal Discovery Center, where the story of the locks truly came to life. A guide walked us through how the original Flight of Five worked, hand dug, hand operated, and vital to America's growth. We stepped outside to see what remains of those early locks, stone-lined chambers carved from the escarpment, silent now, but once the heart of the canal's climb. And just beyond them, we watched a private vessel enter the new lock, rise gently through the chamber, and then float off, just another boat on its way. We ended our Lockport visit the very best way possible, with handcrafted scoops from Lake Effect Artisan ice cream. This trip started with a bucket list stop at Niagara Falls, but it's the quiet, hard-working charm of Lockport that stuck with us. From donuts and ponchos to canal locks and stuffed burgers, we got soaked, we got full, and we found stories that deserve to be remembered. That's why we do this. Thanks for traveling with us. And don't forget to hit subscribe and share the journey with someone who loves the back roads.